Okay, good evening, everyone. I have to beg your pardon if it's a little noisy where I am, but this is so important. There's no way that we could miss it. This is our priority, and we are here just to share. We want to welcome everyone officially. We know that you have other commitments and you have other things that you must do, but you chose to be here, and we thank you for that. We thank you for that. No matter where you are, you make time for the things that are important, right? You make time for those things. So I want to welcome you. I am Lena Spalding Ramsey, and I am a product of the products. You are in the right place at the right time to hear about these important nutraceuticals that we have. They help me stay alert. They help me. I have been up since 5:30, firing on all cylinders because of our products. And you are here to listen, to be informed, and to be able to make the decisions that you want. So thank you again for being here. Let me introduce you to Ms. Kim Love and Dr. Jana, who are both here to present to you this information. Dr. Jana is going to give us and cover some tips tonight. Ms. Kim Law, she is, of course, our resident doctor. She is trained and specializes in mental health. She is, of course, most importantly, my sister. from both my mother and our mister. So, and I am so glad that we are here. Miss Kim Law, business owner. She is an amazing person. And the information you're about to hear from both of these ladies is incredible. Take it away.
So, Miss,
Dr. Jana, take it away.
good evening, everyone. I hope I can live up to that introduction. Oh my goodness. Um, well, I do have MD after my name, which means that I did a lot of studying earlier in my life. Um, but but what I'm doing right now and what we're doing right now is we're pursuing health and wealth. And the beauty of Nutraveda is that it allows us to do both of those things. So in a few minutes, I'll share some wellness tips, but I just want to also share that the nutrition, the lifestyle, the wisdom of how to allow my body to heal itself and for my body to operate at its maximum, I did not learn in medical school. That has come through the University of Life and also through a lot of reading and a lot of research on my own and a lot of experience. I have to let you know the person speaking after me, Miss Kim Law, may not have MD after her name, but her knowledge of nutrition, her knowledge of wellness, her knowledge of natural healing in a variety of forms is encyclopedic compared to mine. I call Kim when I have questions about the best way to use our products. So without any further ado, welcome. I see we have some new people that have joined us. Welcome, Dr. Alice and Miss Jamaica White. Welcome, Tanika and Laverne. Um, so on Thursdays, I share some wellness tips. And you may all recall that in the month of February, we've been talking about the limitless performance stat. Limitless because it allows us to perform beyond any limits we ever thought we had. This contains 4 different products. And first we highlighted Vitality, then we highlighted Renew, Then we highlighted our probiotics, and we are finally highlighting ambrosia today. Ambrosia. I would like to call Ambrosia by what she truly is. She is the queen of the court of Nutraveda. She is the queen of our Nutraveda collection. And I call her the queen because everything that we need to be well is in her. And the other products all contain a little bit of what she has, but in her is a combination that is so good that if I had to choose only one product to take, I would choose to take Ambrosia. Now, don't get me wrong, I order that Nutraveda collection and I take them all and I have my favorites. But if something were to happen and I could only take one, it would be Ambrosia. And that is why I call her the queen. So Ambrosia has 54 different herbs and spices. And it has been manufactured into a gummy form. Now, all of our products of the line Nutraveda are based in the science of Ayurveda, which is an ancient wisdom medical system that was developed in India and goes as far back as 5,000 years ago. In India, people eat what we call ambrosia as part of their diet, but it's in a paste and sometimes it's in a stew. Um, the genius of Nutraveda is that we took the ingredients and all the goodness sourced from India, but then formulated it into something that is pleasing to our Western palates. And so instead of a paste or a stew, we have a gummy called ambrosia. And we could never go over all 53 herbs and spices in this product, in this presentation. We are familiar with many of the names of the more commonly known ones, and my hope today was to share some of the lesser known ones. Um, do we have the slides, Miss Kim or Miss Anna?
Yes, it's up right now, dear, that you sent.
Okay. Ah, it was hiding on my other screen. Okay. So you all may be familiar with ashwagandha. Many people have heard of it in the vernacular of nutrition. And we've discussed other spices like amlaki and saffron and cardamom. All of those are names that are not that unusual. But today I wanted to highlight three that we don't hear of very often. And actually, our weekly wellness tip is right here. So I'd like everybody to take out a pen and paper. No, no, let's stay on the ambrosia. Thank you. Take out pen and paper, and I'd like you to write down number one is that first one, RIDDI, RIDDHI, RIDDI. RIDDI enhances cognitive function. Is there anyone in here that doesn't want enhanced cognitive function? I know I certainly do. I need those cognitives to be working. I need them early in the morning. I need them late at night. I need them all the time. Okay, so that was number one. Number two is Shati. I love these names. They're either Hindi or Sanskrit, and it's just a beautiful language. Shati, Shati. It aids digestion and it supports respiratory health. And then tip number three is Inula racemosa. We can just write Inula, Inula, but if you're enterprising enough to tackle that second word, go for it. Now, the reason I chose these three is that we are rounding out the month of the Limitless Performance Stack. And that has to do with physical performance mostly. And by that, I mean performance of our bodies. And our bodies and our minds and our souls and our spirits are all intertwined. Um, Vitality, which we started out the month, is able to give us a boost of energy so that if we find ourselves kind of feeling a little sleepy, a little tired, but we're not done with our day, we can take the Vitality. If we are going into a workout, we can take the Vitality. It gives you that energy right away. But then the Renew, which is another product in this Limitless Performance Stack, rejuvenates you. It actually repairs your DNA and it gives you the ability to keep on going, not just for a day or for a month, but for many years, so that all your years are full of energy. Well, I was thinking that the main driver of our vital force, if you had to select one ingredient without which we cannot live and that controls our performance, it would be oxygen. We can go for a while without water and food, but we cannot last very long without oxygen. And the way our cells get oxygen is through our respiratory system. Respiratory health is so vital to health. And two of these ingredients you will see support respiratory health. We need good levels of oxygen in our cells in order to keep on functioning. And these are only two of many ingredients in ambrosia that support respiratory health. I just wanted to highlight that little bit. We could actually have Ambrosia University if we were to include all the ingredients. But the uniqueness of nutraceuticals and the beauty of food in general is that it's not a matter of one chemical here or one chemical there. It's a matter of a combination. And ambrosia has all these individual spices or herbs that support our bodies, but the way they are combined is just as important as what they do individually. Can we go to the next slide, please, Ms. Kim? And I just wanted to illustrate that idea about the combination with this strange little recipe that I found. So I think most of us either at one point had or right now have one of these in our cabinets. Now it's amazing what ketchup can do in a pinch if you need some sauce. I would not necessarily call this a health food, but let's be real. We live in the real world. Everything isn't a health food. And sometimes we eat something that's not a health food. But you can make ketchup that has better ingredients than this one. And I'm going to highlight one ingredient here. No, two. High fructose corn syrup and then corn syrup. And so they tell you, and it doesn't really look so bad, they tell you on the label that for one serving, there are only 5 total grams of carbohydrate and only 4 grams of added sugar. But you have to read the small print because the serving size is 1 tablespoon. How many of us, when we eat ketchup, eat only 1 tablespoon? So loaded with sugar, loaded with processed sugar, loaded with tomatoes that have been processed. They take tomatoes and then they concentrate them. So take a look at this recipe. I'm not going to read all the ingredients. You can do that on your own. We start with tomato paste. Cocoa aminos is a substitute for soy sauce. It gives it the flavor of the soy sauce without giving it the sodium. And it actually has a little bit of coconut because it's made from coconut and fermented wheat. We know apple cider vinegar. And then the other ingredients just give it a little bit of a kick that this one doesn't have. Allspice, chipotle chili powder, and a tiny pinch An eighth of a teaspoon is a micro pinch of sea salt. You mix it all, you stir it, and that's it. You store it in the refrigerator, and when you're ready to use it, you use it. You have something that tastes better than this. You can play with the ingredients. If you don't want to use allspice, you can use cinnamon, whatever it is that you want to do, but you have created a mixture that tastes better, is better for you. And that is exactly what we find in our products. And so that's Dr. Jana's weekly wellness tip for this week.
Thank you, Dr. Janice, so much. I hope everybody got the picture. I'm going to put it back up here real quick. So make sure that you get a snapshot of that fabulous recipe. Let me put it back. Up, wrong way. There we go. So every time we come here on a weekly basis, we always get some amazing information from Dr. Jana. This is just another much better alternative to what we can buy in the store. Thank you again, Dr. Jana, for all your great information, especially about Ambrosia. My name is Kim Law. I've actually been blessed to have the Nutraveda collection in my life now for almost 6 years. And excitingly enough, I was actually blind for 16 years and started taking some of the Nutraveda products, the relief and probiotic, as well as the patch. And I was blessed to be able to have the scar tissue taken off my eyes through the Nutraveda Ayurvedic philosophy. And it gave me my sight back. Now, today, I'm going to talk to you about a couple of different things, but mainly we're going to be focused on words and phrases that build and strengthen relationships. Now, there's a lot of different relationships. We have family relationships, we have sweetheart relationships, we have business, we have friend relationships, and we have work relationships. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about some phrases that we can use in all those areas. First of all, would you be interested in? Well, that phrase is so simple. Make sure you take a snapshot of these because you're going to want to use them. I promise you. Would you be interested in getting to know my next door neighbor? They're like really awesome. Or would you be interested in going with me to the movies sometime? Instead of saying, hey, what are you doing on Friday at 8 o'clock? People are like, yeah, why? They question it. But would you be interested in? And then you make the statement of what it is you want them to do. And another phrase would be, would it be okay if? Well, would it be okay if I made dinner for all of us on Thursday evening so we could just sit down and have a good time and have a conversation? We haven't sat down and chat for a while. But if I say, gosh, again, what are you doing Thursday night at 9 o'clock or at 8 o'clock in the morning? People are going to go, why? Why do you want to know? Well, if you use the phrase, would it be okay if I shared with you some information? Well, hold on. Let me get ahead of myself. Would it be okay if? Here's some phrases that we can do. So I'm going to throw out a question. First question is, do you like food? The answer usually is, yeah, of course I like food, right? Well, here's a way you could use the would it be okay if? Would it be okay if I shared with you how our Nutraveda collection could help you to strengthen your immune system? Pretty cool, huh? Or here's another phrase that you could use. Would you be interested in? And here's a way that you could use that phrase. Would you be interested in how our Nutraveda collection could help you to lose a little weight? See how we're changing our conversations? This is a different question using the same phrases. Are you currently being paid what you're worth? Because we have an opportunity for people to be able to earn some extra income. Sometimes, depending on how hard they want to work and how diligent they are, could actually replace whatever they're doing. So if you ask the question, are you currently being paid what you're worth? Most of the time they're like, yeah, nope, that's not happening. Well, here's a reply. Would you be interested in learning how to create a legacy for your family? Or are you currently being paid what you're worth? Would it be okay if I shared with you how you could get paid what you're really worth? Pretty good, huh? Well, here's a closing statement that's really important for us to realize when we're talking to people. They want to know what's the meat and potatoes of what's going on, right? Well, so what's going to be easier for you? So, what's going to be easier for you? Would that be, oops, my slide's missing some stuff. So, what's going to be easier for you? And the question is good, better, or best? Good would be 2 bags of Ambrosia for $89. Better would be our limitless performance stack that Dr. Jan has been talking about for the last several weeks. Because guess what? Right now we still have a BOGO, and the BOGO's buy one, get one half price. But best is 2 Nutraveda collections. And those 2 Nutraveda collections have their combination is only $625. Wow, that's amazing because you and your spouse could have a full collection for just a limited amount. Now, in Humbug Tutu, it says to write our vision upon the tablets. Well, this week's vision that we're going to be talking about is the I am statement is I am a great communicator. And how we communicate with people is not just about our business, but about the things that we do in life. You know, I was with my mom today up in the Panhandle, and there was some people that had different ideas about different things, and it's so cool that she was able to say the phrases that we shared with you earlier. Now, what I want to do is enlighten you on our full collection, which is so amazing. So this is our Nutraveda collection. We have Daily Defense, which is helps to build your immune system. You know, we're still kind of in that flu season for those of you poor souls who are in the cold country. Um, those of us down in Florida in the southern hemisphere where it's a little bit warmer don't have to deal with a lot of that same stuff you guys are dealing with. But it's great anyways, because if I'm around somebody that I'm not really familiar with, I still take the Daily Defense to keep my immune system strong. And of course, we talked about Ambrosia, 54 herbs and spices. And what's really amazing is this particular product was designed during COVID to help people to build their immune system. Remember, Dr. Jana was talking about how good it is in strengthening the lung system, our respiratory system. And what was that issue, right? And during COVID, this is great. Now, our next product is Tranquillity. This is actually one of the flagship products. Tranquillity, along with Relief, are the 2 flagship products that were originally designed specifically for people in hospice. And you're like, huh, I'm not planning on dying. Well, you know what? What's really amazing is that the owner of the company really didn't want to see the use of opioids with their clients. So they wanted to give their clients a product when they were crossing over to be comfortable and know their loved ones were with them. Amazing fact, my dad being one of them, they started coming home because the body got what it needed to start restoring itself. My father was put in hospice. I'm not saying this is going to be the case for everybody, but I can tell you, my daddy came home and lived another 18 months very well, literally drove 12 miles 2 days before he crossed over. So these products are magnificent. Tranquillity is designed specifically for neurological pain, stress, anxiety. It works great for people with PTSD. If you can't sleep, it helps you to get rid of the gray noise so you can go into REM easier. It doesn't make you blow bubbles, so you can take it during the daytime. It's not like taking something that'll knock you out during the daytime. It doesn't work that way. It just gives you clarity, gets rid of all the busyness that's going on, and makes it sharp and articulate for you. Our probiotic is absolutely incredible. It has a prebiotic with it. Now, prebiotics are important because that's actually the food for the probiotic. Probiotics should be taken at night before you go to bed on an empty stomach so that it builds the gut flora up while you're sleeping. So when you get up in the morning, it's a happy tummy, happy brain, right? Happy organ systems. Everything starts working symbiotically together. Now, relief, that's my favorite. I was actually blind for 16 years and from taking a prescribed medication called Topamax. I literally went blind on a 16th of a dose of that medication. It's all documented. My eyes are actually in medical journals because of how rare it was for this to happen bilaterally. So I got bilateral acute angle closure glaucoma with Glaucomflecken. My eyes were completely whited over for 16 years with my irises stuck dilated open. I did not take this product for my eyes. I actually took it to be able to function for the 8 herniated discs that I have in my neck and back. Now, interesting fact, I was taking this like a lozenge because it worked so well in helping me to feel better and be able to be functioning that 6 weeks into it, I started noticing a difference with my eyes. And approximately 18 months later, I was able to get my driver's license back. Who'd have thought? But it's not designed for eyes. It's just designed to get rid of the inflammatory responses in our body. That just happened to be mine. Now, Glow. Glow is a fantastic product. As you can see, I have very long hair and my nails, I have really good nails. What's really neat is that I work on cars. I love working on cars and doing woodworking and sawing and all that kind of stuff. And I can actually work on vehicles and things now and not have to worry about my nails breaking like crazy like they were before. Wonderful product. Vitality, well, that's my go-to instead of an energy drink. And the amazing thing about this product is because it's a vasodilator, it's wonderful to take as a pre-workout before you work out at the gym because it strengthens the muscles and the recovery time is way faster than if you didn't have this product. So you know how you go to work out and the next day you're so sore, you're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea I was using that muscle. Well, this is so cool because what happens is your recovery time is so fast that you're not down for 3 days trying to recover from the workout that you did. It's a much faster recovery time. The other wonderful thing about this product is you don't need a blue pill. If you take this in the evening time and you are having some special quality time with your honey, this is a wonderful product that helps with sex drive. Just going to put it out there. It's good stuff. Now, that's for men and women. But you don't have to worry about taking this during the daytime and thinking, oh, I'm going to have a problem. No, you got to be in the mood for it. However, this was designed by a urologist for as a vasodilator. And what that means is it brings circulation of oxygen even to the brain as well. So this makes your mind sharp, clear, articulate when you take this product. I take 2 when I'm driving. About every couple hours, I take them to make sure I'm sharp, focused, without having to have the jitters and the shakes like you would get from like a coffee drink or something like that. Now, Renew is one of our newer products. It's amazing. It's actually proven, the NMN has been proven and documented to lengthen our telomeres. On our DNA strands, there's telomeres, which is like holds the DNA and all that. Well, what happens is as we age, they get shorter and shorter and shorter. Well, when it gets to a certain point, different systems and organs start having issues, right? We age, we wrinkle, we do all sorts of things. Well, this product has actually been proven, the NMN, to actually lengthen the telomeres. Think about babies. What do? They learn fast. They learn to crawl and roll over, crawl, walk, right? In a very short period of time. That's because their telomeres are long. Well, what they found is that when you're able to lengthen your telomeres, it starts turning back the clock. Well, can you imagine being able to not only feel better, live longer, and live a healthier lifespan? This is amazing. Now, our next product is the GlycoSlim. We have testimonies of all these products, but I can tell you this one has been profound, especially for my husband, because he was a diabetic on insulin. In a short period of time, he was able to wean off of his insulin because the GlycoSlim takes it 30 minutes before he eats, and it ended up balancing his insulin levels. I was pre-diabetic. Now I don't have to worry about it because not only have I lost weight, but I don't have the cravings for the sweets and things like that. Now I'm going to share with you one of our other collections. This is our water collection. Our Care Beyond Water collection, bar none, is absolutely amazing. This product actually gets rid of the PFOAs, chlorine, iodine, radiation, the amoebas, all the garbage that's in water, right? This filter on the pitcher does 250 gallons of water. It filters 250 gallons. Now, if you go to a box store and you're going to say, oh, well, they've got them over there at the box store cheaper. Well, they only do 35 gallons. I've done my research, just saying. So the difference in price, this is basically about 11 cents a gallon using our product. It's definitely not that with theirs. The water bottle, our water bottle is actually, my husband and I, we keep ours everywhere. Whenever we're in the car, we go everywhere, because I go to the grocery store or the gas stations, and I go into, because they have a little button for water, and I fill mine up and then I put it on, because that has chlorine and chemicals and all that other stuff that comes out of, heaven only knows what that machine's got, and comes out pure out of my water bottle. And then the straw, if you're hiking and you just need to have a quick source of water, fresh water, you can use it in a stream or something like that, and you're getting filtered water. Now imagine giving this to your child or your grandchild, that they can take it to school and that they are getting good quality. The straw actually filters 50 gallons of water. Our next collection is our patches. Our patches are all infused with a CBD isolate. No THC, no CBN that converts to THC. So you can't light up a test. You don't have to worry about if you have to take a test and it that you can't have THC in your system. You don't have to worry about it because it's non-existent in our product. Now, the blue one on the left, without the red stripe, does not have lidocaine. The other two products, the K-tape and the one with the red strip, has 4% lidocaine in it. The K-tape, which is incredible. See, K-tape alone is actually used for injuries or recovery time to be reduced. It gets rid of inflammation based on how it's placed on different limbs. Well, our company is the only one that has CBD isolate and lidocaine infused in it. Wow. The patches last for 2 days, but the K-tape lasts for a week. Amazing products. So I talked about the patch, and we're talking about Ambrosia. Let's give a little bit deeper dive about Ambrosia. These are just a few of the ingredients. Argina actually controls heart disease, as well as improves heart function properly for your heart to work the way it's supposed to. It lowers blood pressure. Ghee is great for protecting the lining of our gut, right? This is important. It's also rich in the vitamins A, D, E, and K, all your fat soluble vitamins, as well as being rich in calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus. Now, rose petals. I was so excited about what rose petals do. Did you know that it actually helps with stomach aches, as well as chronic inflammatory diseases? Not just one, all of them, any kind of inflammatory disease that are chronic. Now, this, it's hard for me to pronounce, the meloxia. What this is those horrible cramps that women get that is not normal, or abnormal bleeding. This helps with that. Now, Tulsi I love Tulsi. Did you know that Tulsi has been proven, lots of papers on this I checked, to cure viral, bacterial, and fungal infections in the respiratory system. Remember, Dr. Jana was talking about the importance of strengthening our respiratory system. It also cures bronchitis and tuberculosis. Here we go. There's your sign. Now, Brahmi is great for anxiety, depression, and it decreases the forgetfulness. See, I can't read it because I got my little line over there. It decreases forgetfulness, and it also gives you anything that has to do with new acquired information. And then you have my little lines in there. It empowers memory. Improves your memory. See, I was writing this up early on today, so I forgot about it already. Sorry about that. Now, remember we were talking about our BOGO, buy one, get one half off? This is what we're talking about. Make sure you take a screenshot or write down LPS50. That stands for Limited Performance, Limitless Performance Stack 50, which is 50% off. And these are the products that you get: the Ambrosia, the Vitality, Renew, and 2 Glycoslim. Now, when we focus on outcomes, you know what's cool is that we're dealing with healthy stuff and making our health strong and being vibrant, and the memories and clarity and dealing with our emotions and sugars and our emotional balance, guess what happens? Everything starts flowing the way it's supposed to. Now, today we've been talking about ambrosia, and it's real important to realize that we have an even more exciting thing that I wanted to share with you about. We do a recruiting as far as fundraising for organizations as a wealth building opportunity for churches, nonprofits, baseball teams, soccer teams, football teams. It doesn't matter who's trying to raise funds. We actually have causes and events that we help to support these organizations. I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth about that in just a moment, but I want to share with you, please take a picture of this. This is our morning power call, 954-947-5497. At 8:30 in the morning, we start with a meet and greet, just kind of get to know each other. And then at 8:45, we start our meditation. We have 3 amazing individuals who do our meditations throughout the week. And we have a variety of different people who actually start about 9 o'clock that do our education and motivation. Now, if you're looking for extra information that goes into a deep dive about our products, the ingredients, how everything works, the best way to get the products, go to carebeyond.online/training. And we're going to be able to provide you with a ton of resources. Now, the disclaimers, I can't tell you that if you're blind, you're going to see again, or anything else for that matter. But I can tell you the products don't work if they are left in the bottle. Now, what I'd like to share with you is we just recently did what's called a fundraiser event, and it was fantastic. We had several people who came, and the very next day, Christine, I'm not sure if she's here, her church did had a group of people together. We did a Zoom for the nonprofit organization, explaining to them the benefits of not only ambrosia, but how they could use these products instead of selling candy bars, popcorn, or, whatever, gummies or things like that are not healthy, to be able to, you know, they're just candies. Well, this is a product that people are going to want more of. And so you can do different campaigns to be able to build and support whatever it is that you're trying to raise funds for. Now, for those of you who are new, if you have any questions, feel free to unmute. We'll be glad to answer any questions. If you're new, let us know where you're from. I'm here in Florida, sunny Florida. I know there's some folks from up north where it's really cold. God bless y'all. If anybody has any questions, feel free to just hit unmute and come on in. We appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Jana. Oh my goodness. Again, you knocked it out of the park. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule. And Miss Lena, you, excuse me, are absolutely incredible. We thank you so much for opening up the evening this evening and helping us out. And we want to thank you all for being here this evening. And back to you, Coach.
Well, Miss Kim, before you go, I wanted to ask you, when is going to be another opportunity for the fundraising campaigns?
We will be doing the fundraisings on the 2nd and 4th Fridays of the month. On the 2nd and 4th Friday of the month.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And thank you for your presentation.
We'll be sending the links out. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sure. Thanks for everything.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here.
Coach, you're on mute.
Technology is a wonderful thing when we know how to use it.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. If anybody here has a fundraiser or would like us to present, please let us know. Miss Christine went directly from Friday, picked the phone up, made the connection, and Kim and I stayed up and we put the presentation together. And now I see elements that will go into that presentation more. And they had a breakfast the next morning, Saturday morning, at about 10 o'clock, and it was on. She took a bag of Ambrosia with her, and they could not believe the taste. So if you have an organization, you can set it up, you can ask for our help, and we'll definitely help. Okay? Let's look to do 4 or 5 next month. She
Yes.
definitely has that one lined up. So if
Yes.
you've got something, we definitely will help you.
Okay, Coach, then we need to talk about Tuesday evening, if we could, before a presentation.
Okay, you hit me up after or tomorrow after work, and we'll go to work on it. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Uh, I can't talk enough about this young man. His courage, his persistency, his foresight. Spencer, why don't you share some of your experiences and take us out of here?
Yes, sir. Hello, good evening, everybody. First, I want to give my friend Kimberly a shout out for coming on and listening to these great presentations, Dr. Jana, Miss Kim. As you all know, most of you who all know, I became fatally ill almost 3 years ago, where I came down when I was fighting COVID and some kind of bacterial infection that really attacked my legs, and I had to have surgery where they had to remove the skin all the way down to the flesh. As I've been recovering, I've been taking these products, everything from the probiotics to the Ambrosia to the Relief, to Renew, um, ACV, the apple cider vinegar. But what's really has made a big impact on my life and my healing has been the water. I was on 7 different medications when I got sick, and now I am no longer on any medications. And I can honestly say between the products and drinking this water every day has made a big difference.
Praise God. Praise him, praise him, praise him. Thank
I'm
you.
like, can I say something? This is Kimberly.
Yes,
I want
ma'am.
to thank Spencer for inviting me tonight because when I looked at his site with the water, I was sold. And now with the BOGO next week, I will be utilizing that to get off some of the medication that I am on as well. I'm really impressed.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. And Dr. Jana, I want to thank you for your tip of the week. Notice. Okay.
Hey, Dr. Jana, I definitely got to create that little recipe because I'm a French fry junkie. And like you said, we do more than a teaspoon of ketchup when we eat French fries.
Yes,
So that was
we
a great
do.
tip.
I tell you what, I got to confess, I've added a new routine in the morning and before I go to bed. Remember what Dr. Jana was talking about? So now I'm up to 15 of these.
Ah,
Plus, And then this one, 15. You squat, squat, squat. Homeboy's getting on it. And then this, 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 this. You look up.
Coach, you're talking about movement,
Yep, major.
food,
And
and
so,
loving relationships. Those are the secrets to health span and lifespan.
yeah,
And squats are awesome for other people. It's working on cars. For other people, it's running. For other people, whatever it is, dancing, whatever it is for you. But I heard a lady say once that when we move our bodies, we're sending our bodies a message that we're alive and that we need to perform. If we just sit and don't move, what does the body have to do anything for? Movement matters. And it's so, we did that one time in one of our meetings, and maybe we'll do that next week. Maybe we'll just have everybody get up and do some stretches, some twists, some turns.
well, I
Did you
tell you
notice
what,
that he was not out of breath with all that he just did? He was not out of breath while he was talking. How many of us could do that? And he's our senior.
This Miss Mary and I, we do our walk at home. You do your 2 miles every day. So even when the weather's bad outside, you can do it at home. I do my daily walks. I'm going back in the gym. It's the best stress buster for me and the best energy producer for me is to move, get a little circulation going, get a little sweat happening. It makes all the difference. It's all the difference in the world.
Well, I
okay,
want to thank everybody for coming today. We really appreciate you being here. God bless you guys. And you have a magnificent evening.
okay, choose the night, choose the night, choose the night. You have
Tomorrow morning.